and I will be teaching you how to swim freestyle. It is the most common and fastest swimming stroke. Freestyle is also known as the front crawl. Freestyle swimmers use an alternating arm and leg action, and they breathe to their sides. The first thing to learn about the freestyle stroke is the catch, the mid-pull, and the finish. Also the recovery. I will now demonstrate the stroke. When you're swimming freestyle, the catch is when your hand enters the water, the mid-pull is when it pulls it back to about your mid-abdomen, and the finish is when your arm snaps out by your hip. And the recovery is when your arm's out of the water and then re-enters the water and begins to catch again. Your elbow and your hand should be cupped. You don't want your fingers spread apart because that'll cause resistance and water will go through and it'll weaken your stroke and make you swim slower. If your hand is open and your fingers are separated, you will create drag. When you are swimming, you are thinking about your arms. You want to always remember to extend and reach when the recovery is ending and you are about to begin the catch phase of your stroke. To remember to pull with your entire arm. This will give you the maximum amount of force and propel yourself through the water. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the body rotation. When swimming freestyle, your body should constantly be rotating, beginning with your shoulders and ending with your feet. When your body is rotating, it is helping your arms to alternate their stroke in the water as well as when you kick. Also, because your body is rotating, it makes it easier for you to take a stroke, and this will help you to be more streamlined and power through the water faster. When rotating, you will want to imagine a pull going through the base of your head down out the lower part of your body. The opposite way of the arm is beginning with the pull. You also want to keep in mind that your hips and arms will rotate together. For instance, if you are finishing with the recovery and taking a stroke with your right arm, your right hip will be under the water, pointing down at the bottom of the pool. The last thing that you will need to know about your body rotation is when you are taking each stroke, let your body twist or rotate while keeping your head focused down until it is time to breathe. I will demonstrate the body rotation. When you pull with this arm, you want to be on your left side of your body, and like I said, your head will be straight. Swimmers' first reaction is to lift their head directly up and out of the water. This is completely incorrect. Your position in the water is pretty even to the water line. About 50% of your body should be above the water and 50% should be underneath the water. The proper position for your head when breathing would be to place your ear on your shoulder and your cheek to be touching the water. You have to make sure that you constantly keep your head running along the water. The water line should be about here. I have had experience with many people complaining about breathing to their sides because they're afraid that the water will rush into their mouth. This is not true. When you are gliding through the water and you turn your head to breathe, this will create an air pocket, and you will have room to breathe right here, and no water will rush into your mouth. The problem with lifting your head up and out of the water and forward to breathe is that this will cause your hips and legs and butt to sink lower into the water, and this will disrupt your body rotation and the rest of your stroke. And it will also create unwanted resistance. Once you understand how you have to breathe and the position of your head, you will need to establish a pattern of breathing. The most suggested pattern is bilateral breathing, which means breathe every other stroke. Talk about kicking. The last part of the stroke is kicking. I will demonstrate the kick for you. When kicking, you should kick from your hips, not from your knees. And the kick in freestyle is the flutter kick. So it should look something like this. When you're kicking, you want the water to be split on your body. So when you're flutter kicking, you should have minimal splash. And people confuse it with a scissor kick, but make sure it's called the flutter kick. So if this is the water line, your kicks will be right about here, and it'll be a short, low splash. Some last minute things to remember. It is extremely important to keep your body all aligned with the water line, and make sure that you keep your head down and your hips up so you have a more hydrodynamic flow. And also make sure that your head and neck are aligned. You should now be able to swim freestyle. If you have any additional questions about this instructional video, email me at neb1533@sru.edu.